is a big old patch of weeds that get these beautiful purple flowers. They should get bigger. And there should be a lot. There are a lot of them. Today I went to a funeral for a gentleman in our parish, and he died younger than he should have. I don't know how to put that. I think my father lived to be 86, and I used to say he got his money's worth. When a person has lived, long, like well into their 80s or whatever, they've done everything they could do. They've initiated whatever family that they would have done, and we feel like they've done everything that life had to offer. They were a kid, they were a teenager, they got a first job, they went to school, they bought a car, they got married. Toby! This person... Toby! Did everything, didn't live long enough to see grandchildren and that kind of thing. So, anyway, he was young. And all this to say, Toby, come. Toby, where's Toby? All this to say, his son is the same age as my son. And I said hello to his son after the service. Toby, come. And I've always been, we've always been friendly, me and the boy. And he's always been very respectful. Oh, there's no water left. And calls me Mr. T, which was actually my father was Mr. T. But that's okay. That's a great compliment. Anyway, he's a good young man. And which brings me to a story about when I was younger. My friends would come up to me, my father, and ask for his advice and say things like, Mr. T, think about asking that girl to marry me. And my father would go, yeah, that's a good idea. Seems like a good young lady. Or Mr. T, I'm thinking about joining the service. I'm thinking about the Navy. And my father probably would have pushed for the Army because he was in the Army during World War II. But they would ask my father's opinions, and that was the point. And they would listen to my father because they respected him and they respected what he had to say. And I think a lot of times, for me, I was one of those children who didn't listen to everything my father said. My father for me, it was a famous saying. I would say, I'm going to go do such and such. And he goes, yep, that's what I would do if I were you. Do I have to explain what that means? My father would look at me when I was going to go, I don't know, race my car or go do something, whatever it was. And he'd go, that's what I'd do if I were you. In other words, not if I were me. That's not what I would do, but that's the kind of dumb thing you might do. Yeah, Mike. Okay. So anyway, the point being that people listened to my father because he was a very smart man and they respected his opinion. And this man was a good father, and I know that his children, because they are raised well, and he's had a couple of children, and I'm not getting detail-y here, but that I know of, the children are all good, particularly the one I most know, which is the older son. And he's a good young man. And oops, you got stuck. And yeah, so I don't know really what I'm saying. I feel sad. This is a very good man of the parish who loved God, and hopefully we're hoping that he is with God. There was we won't talk about the whole whatever. Anyway, he's a good man, and he will be missed. And he and his wife have done their children are nice young children, young men and women. And so we can assume that what are you doing? Did you just get bit? Are we about to get attacked by a bee's nest here? Are we over a bee? This is bee's nest time. Where the bees get angry, I think, because as it gets closer to August and September, they know that winter's coming and they're going to die. Anyway, the kids are good kids. And that would imply that the parents did a good job. Certainly better than I did. My wife did a good job, but I was pretty lacking. So let's ask all the saints to pray for us. Let's ask Father Peter Julian Lamond to pray for us, whose saint feast day it is today. Let's ask all the saints to pray for us, pray for the souls in purgatory, and pray for conversion of the Americas. Come on, let's go.